what we learn all the way through our upbringing is to hate ourselves. I have to begin with saying these thoughts aren't my thoughts, even though I will refer to the I as the thinker, because these things already exist and has been passed on for ages, and this knowledge is accessible to anyone and everyone all over the globe, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter what you're capable of. It's just about tuning into the right frequency on your radio. So a friend just asked me about my opinions on getting married and marriage overall, and my initial answer was no. What I see are the tendencies that are in the society today, or communal being all people around. I think that it's people are getting married for the wrong reasons, and there isn't a right or a wrong reason, actually, but it's as if people are trying to find something in another person that they don't have themselves. So instead of finding it in themselves, they turn to this other person. And this is for all kinds of relations. It's not only a marriage, but marriage is such a bonding, both economically and juridical, and also hopefully soul bonding thing to do, to go through. Most people seem to do the marriage thing only for the safety reasons of the society, because it makes if one of them dies, the other one gets to have all of their stuff and belongings and money and everything. It's very easy that way, which is a good thing, but it's not a good thing that it is that way, because I might feel that I would love to give my things and donate it to different persons or organizations, and I can of course do that too with a testimony. Yeah, but most stuff is like arranged for you when you get married, which is a safety net for many people, but also without knowing these things, being able to control these things by yourself, I don't think it's very healthy to get that close to a person and relying on them to supply you with all the things that you don't, or that you lack in yourself. So it's very easy, like this saying, love yourself and then love others. Like, if you don't love yourself, you won't be able to love others. I mean, it's ancient, I don't know the saying exactly, but it's something like that. That's the conclusion of it. And it really is that easy, but it's not easy to get there, I guess. But unless you love yourself, you won't be able to love somebody else fully, because then you have a lack in yourself, and that void, or yeah, that void and that place of lack, you will find somebody else having, and then you want to achieve what they have, and you want to have what they have. So it's more of a fish relationship. I just learned this term, and yeah, you see someone that you love for who they are and everything, and it feels like pure love, but you still see something that they have that you don't have, and you want to get it, even though it's not active thinking to act that way. It's somehow underneath it all is that you want something from them. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. People can live like this for their eternal lives, and eternal lives, yeah, well, then their entire lives here on earth, and still have a good life, and they love each other and support each other and everything. So it's like true love, but there's something lacking, and maybe that's what draws us together to another person, like a puzzle, like we complete each other. But if everybody would be full and whole in themselves and accept themselves for who they are, and by accepting yourself, loving yourself, for all there is, if those two people would meet each other, they wouldn't need each other. They could only exist together with love and understanding and acceptance, which would make less conflict and less attachment. And about this self-love, it's not only to love yourself, because what we learn all the way through our upbringing is to hate ourselves. It's like, well, you did this bad thing, and now you shall be punished for it. And then you should be ashamed of what you did, and never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, do it again. So we learn to hate ourselves instead of accepting ourselves and learn from our mistakes. Because everybody makes mistakes. At all times. And it's really how we learn. By making a mistake, you learn how to make a take. So if we instead would like put light on what we did wrong. I don't know if there's any wrongs or rights, but if somebody was said because you said something or did something to them, if we would put light on that situation and like communicate about it and meet each other on the same wavelength, it would be so much easier to understand people and then to learn from one's mistakes. Because now the tendency is that we do something, feel ashamed for it, blame ourselves, and put ourselves in debt all the time. Oh, I did this bad thing 2 years ago, and that's why I can't be in that city, in that building. I can't hang out with these people because they upset me. And instead of getting rid and being clear about that to them, or like go to a person and say, I know I did this to you and I'm very sorry for it. I'm sorry you took it this way. I'm sorry it came out this way, but that's just how it is. Like, if you would say to somebody, I don't like your nose, they would probably be a bit, okay, why are you saying this? And then your expected reaction should be that you would feel ashamed and blame yourself for telling this person you didn't like their nose. For the first one thing, it doesn't matter because it's just an opinion. An opinion doesn't really matter. And opinion doesn't really matter, like matter. It's just an opinion. So, and it also up to the receiver to be as confident in themselves as they can be, so that somebody else's words won't affect them in a bad way, unless it's necessary. But that kind of self-insight is maybe unachievable here on earth. But if everybody would communicate their feelings right away instead of keeping it secret and build up something, build up a hate, build up a, like, oh, they said I have an ugly nose, now I have to say something evil back or something bad. Yeah, you know, project their feelings onto another person. Like, I feel sad, so that then you should feel sad because you did this terrible thing to me, which only feeds sadness and hate and disconnection that we see all over the world. So if we instead would encourage discussion and communication, first of all, we could gain so much more knowledge and acceptance in the world, and self-love would be raising sky high. Because then we would be aware of our own insecurities, and then we could fix our insecurities. Say that I would have an ugly nose, but it's just another person's opinion. It's not ugly to me, it's not ugly to my friend, it's not ugly to anybody else, only to this person. And why should this person have that effect on me, or this person's opinions? It's just an opinion. It's not even matter. It doesn't matter. So before you marry someone, be whole within yourself, and not really, it's really hard to achieve that kind of wholeness within yourself, because you always encounter problems and stuff along the way that makes you feel insecure. But instead of escaping those things at all times, of course you might want to escape like a fire because it might kill you right away. But it's not like you should run from all kinds of situations that makes you feel uncomfortable. It's better sometimes just to face them and ask questions about it and accept it for what it is, and maybe even share your point of view. And then if it's with other people, a situation with other people that you're escaping, maybe if you share your opinion and your feelings more about the situation, they might take some of that to them, and by that being less scary. Because what we identify with is less scary. The more we know of something, the less freaky or scary it will appear. So that's just some thoughts that I'm channeling, I guess. Not me being smart. So thank you for watching, and see you in a bit. Peace and love. Bye.